Hello and welcome back to NATO Plays Minecraft. So last episode I was talking about these grand pillars that I'm going to put in here, and I showed you them over in the creative world, and I'm still intending to put them pretty much where they are. I need to think about what I'm going to do with the end of this space. I might actually curve it round and have almost like an altar-like section where it's slightly raised and has something cool on it, and curve that round somehow rather than just having it end, which it currently does, and it looks a little weird. But that's for later. Right now, the plan is to start construction of the staircase down, which I haven't really planned much, which is a bit of a problem. Staircases are kind of strange in the fact that they define a space a lot more than people think. They tend to be one of the bigger features in kind of how you move around in a space. And they're important. So they kind of need to be done right. I think I've mentioned this before with the grand staircase up to the Moon Temple area. So yeah, it's important to take time to plan where you're putting your staircases and how you want them to appear, rather than just haphazardly start building them without a real plan or any idea of what you're doing. Which is unfortunately kind of what I'm doing right now. But it's okay, I'm a professional. Or something. So, one of the problems I'm having here is trying to fill in these because I've backfilled with cobble and I'm bending these stairs around instead of leaving them straight, which I want to do. I'm doing this on purpose because I like that little bit of extra detail where the edge comes. I've used it on these stairs here. I feel it just breaks up the texture a bit more, makes it a little bit more interesting, because you get an interesting lighting effect as you are missing that kind of quarter of a block here that you normally have, or eighth of a block that you normally have. And as you don't really walk down the edges of stairs much, it doesn't really make much difference to the way you move through the space, at least in Minecraft sense. But a side effect of that is falling damage. A side effect of that is falling damage, apparently. And feeling like a bit of a muppet because you keep falling off things. A side effect of having these curved stairs is that anything you have behind them becomes visible. Like, for instance, this cobble block here will become visible if I bend the stairs around against it. So I'm going to replace those. Even though actually I don't need to, because the stairs at this point becomes slightly wider. And no. I think they've changed the algorithm they use to determine whether or not you can place a block or not. I think they've changed that algorithm and made it slightly more stringent about what you're touching and whether or not you're impeding or you're inside the block in which you're placing. Like if I do it like this, it's not as bad, but if you do it when you should be like alongside, tends to get a bit irritated. So my plan for this is roughly to have it split into 3 segments. I'm going to have a big staircase, or in fact actually this is probably going to be quite a small staircase. Staircase down, a secondary balcony, which is then going to split off with a staircase going linearly, and then a staircase coming down. I may actually fold it back in on itself, so it may go. I'll build a little model. So we have. No, that's not going to work. I'm going to have to jump off anyway. So Geronimo. So I may have the wall coming along like this, stairs coming down, and then the wall coming back out, and stairs coming down. Like so. It would have been nice if they'd if they'd orientated themselves correctly. alas, they did not. The objective there would be to make sure that we don't try and enter the space by coming directly down towards one of these pillars and being kind of having the edge of the stairs bring you out to here, and you're facing a pillar. That would be bad because it isn't kind of triumphant enough to the space. This is a really majestic. It's designed to be quite a big, majestic space. So having the only way you can access it be by squeezing behind this pillar, in which there's lava pouring down. Not only is that probably horribly unsafe, it's also doesn't look very good. Doesn't feel very good, doesn't flow right. What you kind of should think about is exactly where you want the stairway to come out. I would like to have a path back through where this cobble is currently to where I want to put the vaults, and that is going to require us to have the stairs slightly split. Instead of being, apparently I picked up some torches somewhere. Instead of being directly coming straight down. Go away. Heard you, but I didn't think you were that close. Instead of coming straight down and hitting the floor, basically I'm going to want to leave a path here, straight in, clear, which will facilitate having two sets of stairs on the ground level instead of one. So I'm going to need to split it. And I'm currently floundering around like an idiot, which I would normally do on like a montage, but I don't really feel like recording a montage right now. I kind of feel like just talking to the camera, which is kind of what I'm just doing. I am also going away for a weekend quite soon, and you shouldn't notice any change of service. I've been recording at a steady pace, and it shouldn't impact on what you guys see. So, yep. But in the event that it does, I apologise now. But as I say, it shouldn't impact on the release schedule at all. The only reason it would is if I get trapped in mid-Wales, which is where I'm going to visit my family, because of weather, or the trains aren't running, or some ridiculous thing. Most of the UK is currently either underwater or in threat of being underwater, or has recently been underwater. So I'm not entirely sure what the rail lines are like. I know they're running at the moment, but we shall see. Hopefully it will have cleared up by then. So we've started at the beginnings of the stairway here, and I keep falling off, which is annoying me. What I now want to do is start construction of the balcony section. If I can tidy this section up underneath here later on. But I want to switch materials, and I want to switch to some polished andesite for the landing. And I will continue to backfill as I go as well, just so there's actually something there for this to actually be on. Bits of this cobble will probably be removed. I don't know why I'm doing that. It's a bit stupid, because that's not what I wanted to do. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Hello, cave sounds. So here we have some andesite, which will mark the start of the down section. And let's go grab some granite from the chest. Up here, do we have any polished granite? Yeah, we do. Quite a bit. Let's grab a couple of stacks. I'll head back down, and I'm really just kind of copying the same style So having layers, as it were, of material. And in fact, actually, do you know what? I want to keep this quite a thin, but quite wide little landing. So what I'm actually going to do is this. Use the granite to kind of define the edge a little better. So we have this edge here, and how wide is this? It's about 4 wide, isn't it? It's about 5 wide. So let's go with something that's 5 wide from here, so 6 wide from here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we can go back over here. And there we go. And fill this back in with some andesite. I had a checker pattern thing going on for a while up top. I can't remember if that was ever on video. Like, this floor was all checkerboarded. And I really didn't like it. I thought it was really horrible. I didn't know it at the time. I didn't know that's what I thought at the time. But when I look back on it, it was just kind of horrible. We'll put in some sort of banister here, which will be probably wrought iron. Put an iron fence in there. But for now, just stick a line of cobblestone, just so I don't fall off any more than I actually have to. And bring out the brick stairs again. And we're probably going to start getting to the point where we want to swap to alternating upside down stairs and sort of traditional right way upstairs. Now this is because we're starting to actually no, we're not. Probably not quite yet. But we will get to a point where the structure behind us starts to become a little too heavy and impervious and just would look really obnoxious. So we'll reduce that down by having it kind of quite filigree like. By using those upside down stairs and alternating them in the same way as we've done before. So like this. And that gives kind of like the almost minimum amount of stretch. Not quite the minimum, because you can remove these and have them connected by like 1 pixel, but they, or not even 1 pixel. But it doesn't look quite right. It doesn't look like it would work. Creeper. There we go. Okay, well, I am probably going to pause the video slightly here and do a bit of work off camera, and I'll come back to it. I don't particularly feel like doing a montage because I don't really know what I have to say. I will talk about it afterwards. A lot of this is just going to be me throwing down cobble to build up the supports, which I should have done before, and it's not going to be very interesting. So I will see you shortly. Not goodbye. I'll see you soon. And I am back, and I have been doing some work on these stairs. I've in fact more or less finished them, save some finishing touches like lighting, and talking about some extra bit of detail that I want to add. The first thing I want to do is add these stone bars as railings, because yeah, I don't want people to fall off. Falling off is bad. I've fallen off enough times to kind of know the need for proper railings. So we'll just put these in quickly. The second thing I would like to do is put in some extra lighting, because these stairs are really quite dark. We'll do it like this for now. One of the problems with having balusters like this is you have two ways of handling it. Either you do what I'm doing right now and have them double, which is more effective. It actually works. Stops you going over. But doesn't look very nice. Or you have it like this, where it looks slightly nicer, but in actual fact doesn't actually stop you. You only have this problem on blocks where you start varying the height, such as this. But I prefer it as it is. This stops you careering over the top and doing yourself damage. I realised that the boots I have, they're not feather falling boots. I would have really liked them to be feather falling boots, but they're not. I've got the underside here. Similarly on this side. So, lighting. This raises a little kind of sub-point, which is how I want to handle the detailing of the stair kind of area. Because there isn't much like there right now. Currently it's a little bare, and I kind of want to add some detail, but I don't really know what detail to add, and I don't really know how to do it, because what I could do is what I've done up top is have kind of an alternating pattern, and have something like this. And I need to head back upstairs and grab some more materials. Up I go. See, I emptied myself out because I tend to do that. Like, if I get to the end of a spree, as it were, I tend to empty out what I have in my inventory. Just so I start with a blank kind of screen almost to work from. I think this should be okay for now. It's the granite that, no, it's not. It's not granite that I need, it's smooth stone brick that I need. There we go. I heard a skeleton. One of the problems about this door, which I failed to mention before, is that it only really works on a single player server. By which I mean, if I'm on the outside, I can trigger the door. The door will close. And I have to trigger the door to be able to get back in. Which is fair enough. So here we go. Trigger the door, get back in. But if I'm on the inside, and someone on the outside closes the door, which I don't think I can simulate very easily, unless I were to do this. So I can simulate it quite easily. So the door is closed and I'm stuck inside, because I've come in here and someone's closed the door behind me. Unless I put a combination lock on this side, which would play havoc with the AND switch, with the AND gate down there, it becomes very difficult to open this door from the outside, from the inside. Essentially because if this combination is wrong, and that combination is right, which one takes priority? It's a bit of a problem, and it's why I probably wouldn't use that kind of lock on a real door without like a button on the outside to override it. Which is okay for something like a simple door, but for a piston door, because it has a defined kind of opening time and a defined sort of closing time, like a transit time, the time it takes to close, the time it takes to open, because that's quite high compared to like a standard like door, it becomes a little tricky to implement a button press to work. Oops. So yeah, I could do a design like this, and I could add some kind of interesting thing where I can even alternate even more and have... Didn't mean to take that one out. That one I wanted to keep. Something like smooth stone. Filling in. That's not what I wanted. I wanted andesite, but I've got andesite upstairs. So I'll just take this line out right now. And I think I picked up some smooth stone, thinking it was andesite, which I've done on a couple of occasions now. It's a little bit irritating, and it's getting really dark. So I will add what I was thinking of doing now. So if these blocks here are andesite, and I add a redstone lamp here, and stone brick, and then behind that I had a torch. It's like a kind of like a wall sconce. I probably wouldn't actually end up putting it there. That's not a great position for it to be in. You'd want it more over like here, so that it's not as in the way as it was just then. See if we can get onto this fence. Almost. Or in fact I did, but I jumped off it by accident. There we go. All this to avoid replacing a block. Oops. So yeah, I can have these kind of like wall lamps, and because they're high up enough, they're not going to get into the way of people traversing the space and going back and forth. And we can add the same kind of alternating ladder, alternating stair, even detail, if a bit haphazardly. Don't really have material I can... I've got cobble will do. Just wanted something I can stand on for now. Just to be able to do this. Whoops. Take out this cobble afterwards. And I should go get some andesite and fill in this line here just to give a better picture of what I'm thinking. And if I like it, I'll probably will mirror it on the other side. I am liking the look right now. I'm reconsidering my initial idea of... There's some andesite. I'm reconsidering my initial idea of just leaving the walls to be bare smooth stone. Basically, because building this section here kind of showed me how that would look, and I really didn't like it. I thought it just looked really bare and uninteresting. So I may end up implementing something kind of similar to this. In fact, actually, I really don't like that andesite there either. It looks really weird. Let's go with standard stone bricks. See how the standard stone bricks look. That's a little better. In fact, it actually kind of looks like the that torch, that sconce or lamp is on a kind of rail. It could be slid back and forth. I kind of like that as an idea, especially if I were to replace. So we'll go run upstairs again. Especially if I were to place those stone bricks with... Oh, I only have 2 stone slabs left. That's why I didn't have any in my inventory. I had 2 left in the whole world. Oh well, I'll just make some more. Someone putting something through my door, which I'll go look at later. Anyway, let's head back downstairs. Jumpy, jumpy, jumpy. If anyone else knows where that's from, I will give them a, I don't know, I will give them a credit, and that credit can be spent for... What? Oh, God, a witch! What the hell? Go away! Go away, witch! What the hell, man? What the hell? Poisoned. Poisoned. Pfft. Poisoned. Well, that was unfortunate. So yeah, I need to light this place up a lot better than it currently is. Poisoned for another 10 seconds. Well, this isn't at all annoying. But anyway, what I was saying was, there we go. If I replace that smooth stone brick with double slabs of stone, it kind of heightens that concept of it being like a rail that these things slide along. Which I like as a concept. I may in fact do that to give it slightly more of a banding effect, which kind of reduces the effect I was talking about. And it's also actually coming out quite Art Deco, really, with all these kind of natural granity colours and cubist and lots of intricate shapes. It's kind of coming out Art Deco, which, in all honesty, I'm pretty happy with. Art Deco is a style that kind of lends itself to cubism, which is basically what Minecraft is. So, I will, off camera, I will probably start putting in these big arches. I'll probably duplicate this style on the other side. I may also start playing around with putting some lights on the floor or hang some lights on the ceiling, or possibly completing that little section here. However, I will see you next time. Oh, actually, that reminds me. Yes. So yeah, I am going away, so there might be a slight interruption to at least to Minecraft. I don't know. I think I'm okay for XCOM. Minecraft may have a little bit of a break. But there is also Thief, which comes out at the end of this month and will completely mess up my schedule. I'm planning to record it as one big chunk over as few days as possible, instead of doing something like what I do for XCOM, which is I record 4 or 5, well, 2 or 3 episodes at a time and leave it so that I can get some feedback from people. But with Thief, I kind of just want to play it through and record it and release it. And my current plan is, I'm still finding it difficult to get Minecraft episodes completed and up. So I may in fact actually alternate between Thief and Minecraft. And I know some people out there who like my Minecraft videos will be sad about that. But I really want to do the Thief playthrough, partly because I think it will be interesting from a kind of design standpoint and talking about it. I'm not particularly... Can you just jump on these naturally? Apparently you can. I thought you couldn't. Well, now I feel dumb from earlier when I was trying to jump onto them from here. You can just go, whee. I thought they were like normal fences. Anyway, random aside. So yeah, Thief doesn't look like it's going to be very good, which means it'll be interesting to play through and talk about why it's not very good, and break it apart and have a good chat about it. So, in theory, that's going to replace one of the videos for Minecraft every other day. So it'll go Minecraft, XCOM, Thief, XCOM, Minecraft, which it'll probably mean that the Minecraft episodes that I do release will be more reviewing what I've built or montages than less of the wandering around talking at you about random crap. I think I've said this before. So I will end the episode here and say thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.